Hello and welcome to the vlog. When I knew I was going to start the vlog, I wanted to make sure I had a bike that would be fit for purpose. So after a bit of research, an awful lot of research to be quite honest, because there's a lot of choice out there, a lot of misinformation in my opinion. Let me introduce you to the star of the show, which will be a new electric bike that I bought earlier this year. Here we go. Welcome to the Radpower Bikes Radrunner 1 European edition. This is a 20-inch fat tyre electric bike. I've added a few components to it from its basic form. It's a bike that when I saw it, the first thing I noticed was it was so cool. It really is. It's one of the best bikes out there in my opinion. So why did we choose this? Well, several reasons. First of all, besides it being so cool, it's a step-through version, which means that access is really easy. It has 20-inch fat wall tyres, which I thought was really good. Certainly the 3 1/3 inch width certainly gives you a lot of stability when I'm on all sorts of tracks. It comes with a standard 250 watt motor. Now in the UK and Europe, that's the standard, although actually the motor itself is a 500 watt. It's been disabled to 250 watts. Top speed on the bike, around about 25 kilometres, about 15.5 miles per hour in the UK, because that's what it's restricted to. But again, when I did my research for the bike, I noticed there were some things that I needed to add to it. One of the most obvious is a bike without any front or rear suspension. So one of the first things I put on my list, or wish list, was this SR Suntour bike seat post with integrated suspension, and it works really well. I'll couple that with a gel seat, which is really good. It's really comfortable. I used to call them my big bum seats, probably still do, but the two components work really well together. What else did I add to my bike? The obligatory drinks holder, because obviously on my routes I'll be doing, I still need some refreshment. An absolute essential is the kryptonite steel folding bike lock. That's a must for anybody who invests this much money in a piece of kit. One of the first things I bought was also the fenders, because it comes, my bike came with no fenders at all, but obviously residing in the UK, I think they are an absolute must. I also bought some new pedals, because the pedals that come with the standard version were really poor. I think that's an SR, that's an EV3 version that I got. They're really good. Standard equipment, obviously we've got a front and a rear light. The rear light just by the way acts as a brake light, which I think is really useful. So whenever the brakes go on the bike, just like a car, the rear lights light up. In terms of the weight of the Radrunner, it's a fairly hefty bike. You can see it looks, and it is a sturdy piece of kit, but in terms of weight, the standard size, the standard weight should I say, is around 81 pounds, but obviously with the inclusion of the 3 kilo or 2.5 kilo kryptonite bike lock, it puts the weight up a little bit. That's probably only the downside I can see to the bike itself. As I say, you can see by the looks of it, it's a very sturdy animal. It really is. Go on to the cockpit. Probably the most important feature I bought for the cockpit was this end-on mirror. Really useful, guys. Don't underestimate how important having a mirror really is out on the roads today. You see the handlebar mount for the GoPro 7. There's a phone holder as well. I also upgraded to the LCD upgrade for the display. Again, a really useful addition to my cockpit. I can do on a full charge, I reckon I can get around about 25 miles from the bike itself. I was just impressed by the look of the bike. It's really simple to ride, and as far as the power assist levels are concerned, there are 4 levels that you can utilize. I've used levels 2 and 3 only. I've not tried 4 yet, but in terms of I've done a couple of trial rides on the bike, and it really is very comfortable. The downside is, if you're looking at this, my only thing I can say to you is it's the weight, but for me it's absolutely has everything I need, and it has nothing I don't need. That is the Radrunner from Radpower Bikes. This is the bike that we'll be taking out and doing our routes on, our vlogs on. This will be the beast. So there you go, folks. That is the beast itself, known as the Radrunner. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have and wish to subscribe, you'll be very welcome. Our adventures start in April of 2023. So look out for information on that. Any comments that you want to give me about the bike and what you see and what you know, I'd be really interested in. So there you go, my friends. Look out for the roaming Radrunner, and always remember, ride rad.